Are you freaking about your upcoming or current retirement? Do you wonder what retirement will be like, what it will feel like? How's retiring alone versus retiring with a significant other? For many years, you've had to deal with deadlines, schedules, reports, meetings, personnel issues, training, all to get ahead and stay ahead of your competition. What will it be like without all of those things? What will you do with all of that free time? Well, I'm Craig Davis, host of the new channel called Retired, Now What? And we have all the answers to those questions and more. We're super excited to share our retirement journey so far, and we look forward to many in-depth discussions on the topics that need to be addressed so that your retirement and mine is everything we thought it would be. So grab a cup of coffee, sit back, relax, and listen up, because we truly have the information you're looking for. So without any further delays, let's get the show on the road. Today's topic is, are you ready to retire? We will discuss the financial, physical, psychological aspects of retirement and what you need to know before you pull the trigger. If you've already retired just like me, this video can still help you get over some common bumps and hurdles and provide a roadmap to increase your chance of retirement success. You can see we have a lot to cover. For that reason, we will leave chapter markers in each video so you can easily find what topics are most important to you. However, we strongly encourage you to watch all videos in their entirety, as you may be surprised by many of the topics and suggestions that may challenge what you thought you already knew about retirement. So without further delay, let's get into our first topic. Are you ready? That's a question only you can fully answer. We're just going to give you a few things to think about before you arrive at your decision, because this decision affects you and your loved ones. And normally once you retire, depending on your previous job, it's hard or damn near impossible to unretire. Financially ready. Let me start by saying I'm not a certified financial planner, and I'm not even that great with money. So I do not pretend to know all the nuances to a financially secure retirement. There are plenty of great YouTube channels out there on this topic with way better info than I could ever cover here, so check some of those out. What we will discuss today is a simple math problem. Will your pension, your savings, your investments, Social Security be enough to pay for your current needs and wants in retirement? Start by creating a retirement budget that addresses all aspects of your finances in retirement. Don't forget to include things like medical costs, income tax, both state and federal, property taxes, credit card fees, memberships, subscriptions, and maintenance for your vehicles and your home. If the math works out and your retirement income meets or exceeds all of your expenses, then you can check the financial block off as a yes and not have to worry about moving in with your kids or, even worse, your parents. As I stated earlier, you should consult a financial professional to ensure that you're ready, because I am not that dude. Physically ready. Remember when we were young, we thought we could do anything and our bodies would never betray us and last forever. Well, that's not reality. We will certainly age, become less mobile, and not be able to do the things that we once did. The key is to take the best care of yourself that you can to ensure this healthy, mobile part of your life lasts as long as possible. Every person is different. This is evident by some people in their 80s and 90s still working, playing sports, and enjoying a full life of mental, physical activity. And there are people in their 50s and 60s who are having major medical issues, a lack of mobility, and cognitive issues, such as early onset dementia and Alzheimer's. No one has a crystal ball, and no one knows what's going to happen. But you do know you and how well you're taking care of yourself by eating right, exercising, and limiting alcohol use. Use this knowledge of your body and health history to plan your retirement accordingly. This could help you make decisions such as, should I fix a health issue and recuperate before I retire while I still have better health coverage and sick leave? Is a country club membership worth it if I have severe mobility issues? Maybe a lower cost fitness membership or individual classes will help improve my mobility at a much lower cost. A great common sense tool that you can use to plan your retirement years is the go, slow go, and no-go years model. While every person is different, this model holds true for most people in this phase of life. Simply put, your first 10 years of retirement, 60 to 70, are your go years. This is the time to be active, travel, and complete all of your bucket list items while you still can. The next 10 years, 70 to 80, are your slow go years. This is a transitional phase where activity levels and travel decrease due to age, health, or a desire for a more simple routine and staying closer to loved ones. The next 10 years, 80 to 90, if you make it that far, are considered your no-go years. While there are many fit and active folks over 80 years old, Typically, this is a time when you are in the final phase of retirement, marked by significant declines in physical and cognitive abilities, with the focus on home-based comfort and increased care needs. I know we are in the physically ready portion of the video. However, my point in bringing this up is that you should use this model to plan your retirement both financially and physically, because both are tied together. Don't put off doing things that would make your go years less enjoyable, only to leave you with regrets in your no-go years. For example, when my wife and I were initially planning our retirement, we incorrectly assumed we would need the same income each month from the years 60 through 90. This would facilitate our normal activities like tennis, golf, hiking, biking, and travel. This model made us realize that was not statistically correct. Regardless of lifestyle changes and trying to take better care of ourselves, like it or not, we are going to slow down sooner or later, and we need to plan for that. This helped us prioritize spending on travel and experiences more in our go years, knowing this would be offset by a lack of that same spending in our slow go years. Not that you can't travel in your 80s or 90s, some do, many do not, but this ensures you will enjoy things while you're healthy enough to experience them fully and not scrimp earlier and save a whole bunch of money to travel to Kilimanjaro and mountain climb at 85 years old, which is fraught with peril. Spend this money earlier when you can still enjoy it. After all, do your kids really need or deserve that hard-earned wad of cash that you guys sweated for as a death gift? I say no. This concept made us way more comfortable with the question, would our money last us long enough to enjoy our later years? Up next is mentally ready. I think you're going to be very surprised when I tell you that so far in our retirement journey, this has been the hardest part for both me and my wife. I can tell you now, without a doubt, we were not mentally ready for retirement. But before I get into our specific struggles, I want to discuss the 4 psychological phases of retirement with you so you know what to expect down the road. Phase 1, what we call the vacation. Woo! We made it. No work, no alarms, no meetings. I'm just going to drink and relax and fun in the sun. This is what I've always wanted. This phase typically lasts from 6 to 12 months, depending on the health of your liver and your tolerance for boredom. And you'll know you're at the end of phase 1 when you start asking yourself questions like, is this all there is? Am I really going to do this stuff until I'm gone? Congrats, you're now phase 2. We call phase 2 loss. You start mourning the loss of things you previously took for granted and maybe even disliked at the time. Things like workplace identity, relationships, structure, purpose, power, responsibility, and routine. Boredom and depression sets in, and some experience of physical decline as well. Phase 2 will last until you start telling yourself, this is not enough for me. I'm not going out this way. I want more. I need more. Now you're in phase 3. Phase 3 is called trial and error, discovery. The sky's the limit. You can try anything you want. Now is the time to reinvent yourself and do something you've always wanted to do or discover a new passion. Many people during this time try things like taking college classes in a new subject area, writing a book, helping with grandkids, becoming active in local clubs, working for political candidates, or becoming one themselves, becoming an an HOA board member, volunteering at a hospital or a food bank, or getting a fun part-time job. Nothing is off the table. Keep trying things until something clicks. When you are busy, fulfilled, and no longer depressed, you are at phase 4. Phase 4 we call success. You are living a fulfilling life and doing what you love. You have discovered new interests, new relationships that you did not have before, and you still have time for friends, family, and taking care of yourself. You've made it. While you should strive to stay in phase 4, there may be times where you slip back into phase 3 or even phase 2. Just continue to work towards phase 4 and you will be successful. So we've discussed the 4 phases of retirement. Now let's get back to us and our struggles. Currently, I would say my wife and I are at the start of phase 3. We struggled every day with missing the things that we didn't even think we would miss. Things like social interaction and discussions with our workplace teams, solving problems and making workplace contributions that matter, mentoring young folks and providing training to ensure their success, having a schedule, projects, and deadlines that keep you focused, effective, and productive. Imagine our surprise when the very things we thought would be so cool to get away from in retirement were what we missed the most. In a nutshell, we missed the direction and structure of what life was like before retirement. We both had feelings of irrelevancy, boredom, and the fact that we did nothing of substance that day that means anything to anyone. We didn't solve many problems, put out any fires, and we felt useless and unimportant. I mean, everyone knows how to measure success at work, right? You got the job, you got a promotion, the awards, the accolades, the bigger paycheck. But how the hell do you measure your success in retirement? Success is not just, do I have enough money to retire? It is true, you need enough money to pay your basic expenses in retirement. However, that alone does not guarantee your success. And to complicate the question even further, my idea of success will definitely not be the same as yours. We're all different. You have to decide on what success in retirement looks like for you. Don't model or compare yourself to others in retirement because that is a recipe for disaster and sadness. What worked for them may not work for you. And if you're a couple retiring together, you both have to decide on what success looks like. And spoiler alert, you may not agree with each other and have completely different goals in retirement. But just as you both work together for mutual success during your work careers, you will need to work hard and compromise to ensure each of you can realize their version of retirement success. If only one of you is happy, that's not success. Both of you need to find positive outlets that fulfills your hearts, your egos, and your sense of purpose. We still struggle with finding a purpose and direction on a daily basis, but some of the things that we've found to keep us on track are volunteering in local organizations and charities, joining the local country club for social and physical activities, taking up new hobbies to learn and grow. I bought a drum set that I used to play a long time ago, not that well, and I'm playing that again. My wife is taking cooking classes and also looking at things online. I've also registered to substitute teach in the local school district. I started another YouTube channel in addition to the CSD Studios channel, this channel, Retirement Now What. I've restarted 2 side gigs, photography and consulting. We've registered to take college classes. South Carolina has free tuition for people over 60. Awesome. And we're focusing more on quality time with family and friends. Finding a meaningful purpose will be different for everyone. Try to find something you are passionate about and turn it into a business or a new creative outlet. Now you can do whatever you've always wanted to do, even though the pay may suck or have no pay at all. You aren't hungry and the kids are all grown and gone. So use this extra time as a new beginning for yourself. There is nothing you can't try. If the first idea fails, try something else. Don't stop until you feel fulfilled and happy. So that will do it for part 1 of our retirement series. We hope this has made you think more about retirement and what it means to you. Stay tuned for part 2, where we will discuss the importance of having a routine and schedule to keep you focused and on track of your personal retirement goals. As always, please leave any questions in the comment section below and be sure to like and subscribe to the channel so you can be notified when new videos come out. We really want this to become a community of folks that strive to make their retirement the best time of their life. We will see you next time, and don't forget to do something amazing today.